Hi everyone! In this video I want to give you a short overview of the heavendata PIM user interface. Let's start here in the product section. That's a place where you can edit existing products, create new products, manually import products from Excel CSV, or export products. Let's have a look here on the details. You have this column button which allows you to add and remove columns from the grid. You have the search field to search for products, or the option if you hover over the column headers, you see the hamburger menu, click on it, and you have additional search options. Here you can select some products, and you can apply actions on the selected products here with the yellow action button. When editing products, you see here the current language. Here we are editing in German. Let's switch to English. We see the product type and the variant navigation. Let's click on it and we have here the common attributes, so the fields that are the same for all variants, so for all colors here. And we can click on a variant to edit what's special for only this color. Let's hide all attributes so we see now we have only the attributes that are special for this color, which is the SKU, the color code, and the color description. One thing to note, when you modify fields here, it will be immediately saved. So you can exit this view every time using done or just by navigating back to the list. It will not be visible to the outer world. So we have two versions of each product. One is the internal draft and one is the published version. All changes will be visible to the outer world as soon as you click here on publish. So in the end, we have three options. The first is the internal version or internal draft has exactly the same data as the public visible version, so everything is published, and this will be marked in a green with a green published here. Then it could be modified. That means there is a published version, but we have newer changes inside, so not everything that has changed is already published. And it could be the draft. Draft means we have only an internal version and the product is not visible at all to the outer world. Let's continue with the data sources. The data sources are the place where you configure automated import. So for example, we have here a simple CSV stock data import from our ERP system. And you can see it's configured using CSV files. We see the file here. We can edit it. We can edit the mapping. So here in the CSV file we have two columns. One is called SKU, one is called stock on hand. And we see in which attributes, so where in the database we want to import it. It's the same here because it's our demo account. In the real world we will typically have different names here. Note the small arrow here that allows us to edit the pipeline, so we can here add additional processing step that will be applied during imports to convert the data. So if we have yes, no values and want to make it to 0 and 1 and convert numbers to strings and dates and so on and so on. So, nope, I don't want to save data. Thanks. Let's continue with the channels here. The channels is the other side. So now we have our database. We can manually import, we can automatically import data, and we can create our single source of truth, our master database. And now with channels, that's a place where you say, okay, now we want to use the data. So that's a place where we connect shop systems, marketplaces, and any other type of automated exports. Let's continue with the settings. In the settings, we have the attributes and sections. So you can completely customize this system. You can define which attributes we have, which sections we have, and that's what you do here. Then we have the product types. Let's say, okay, different kind of products need different attributes. So TVs need other attributes than shoes, and product type defines which attributes do we need for which kind of product. We have the product categories. Of course, we can have multiple category trees. We have assets, so that's about product images and how to process them. Do we want any file optimization, processing steps, format, sizes? When we use multiple languages, we can configure this here. A background task, multiple tasks are running in the background. We can see what happens here. If you're on the supplier side, the brand portal is a feature that allows your retailers to easily access your data. So it's a self-service portal that allows them to download product data in a structured format, including media files, and of course all media files will be assigned to products. Custom entities are an option to define your own entities. So just define your own tables and give them their own columns. For example, you have a list of suppliers, and you want to save their support address, support phone number, guarantee period. That's what you can do here, and then you can link it to products, so you have to manage those information only one time and can reuse it in multiple products. The cloud ref is a small feature that allows you to, let's click on it, sorry, to save binary infinite data, so files that are not directly related to products. So your company logo, sales flyers, PDF catalogs, things like that. And it makes sense if you have retailers again and want to allow retailers to access those files. That was a short overview. We have additional videos that will show you these features in details. So see you. Thank you.